Marketing is an important part of growing your business and, of course, attracting ideal clients for you to work with. But for a lot of business owners, marketing can feel complex and it feels a bit like a chore to keep performing in your business. So in today's video, I'm going to break down a method that's really worked for me for having a tiny business and also a cozy business that allows me to do a lot less and achieve more in my business. And that's a method called the minimalist marketing approach. I want to share that with you so that you can take a lot of takeaways from this video and integrate that in how you show up, attract clients, and market in a way that's going to feel simple and fun, dare I say it? And it's also going to leverage your strength to really show up in the marketplace and stand out from the sea of sameness by being who you need to be and shining more in your strengths and your zone of genius as you market your business to others in the world. If you're joining me for the first time here, welcome to the channel. I'm Lydia Lee. I'm a work reinvention coach and solopreneur strategist at Screw the Cubicle, and I've been supporting budding and growing business owners to create meaningful work and to grow a tiny business model, and of course, a model that aligns with the lifestyle that they want to have so that they have more time, more spaciousness, and more flexibility in their schedules. So I talk a lot about minimalist businesses, doing less to achieve more in your business, and of course, lifestyle designed around your business. So much in this channel. So if you're interested in those topics, be sure to subscribe and of course, hit the notification bell button and you'll be the first to know when a new video drops every single month. There are so many marketing and visibility pathways to choose from, and that itself can sometimes be the inaugural confusion and the headache that we experience when we have to think about where should we be showing up to attract the clients and market our work, and also do I need to be in every single platform and avenue in order to get seen and found by a new audience. And in my experience, actually having being able to focus on the power of constraints, of actually just choosing one or two pathways to start with and see if that works for you first, is a great way to actually master that pathway and do even better work, right? To market yourself in a particular couple of strategies to start with. So when you're choosing a platform or a strategy to market, I want you to really think about platforms and pathways that are aligned with your strengths and your personality type, because marketing isn't going to feel fun if you feel like you're out of your comfort zone, you're out of, the realm of how you usually like to communicate and build relationships with people. And that's not to mean like when I say out of your comfort zone, you're not doing things that are new and feeling hard, but it's kind of like, you're like, yeah, that's how I talk to people. That's how I explain myself. That's how I share what I know regularly in my life. For me, it's always kind of one-on-one with people, or I love teaching. I also love sharing like on video, which doesn't take me a long time to do because that's my natural tendency to communicate. I'm not as big of a writer. It takes me a lot longer, about 3 times longer to write a blog or an article, for example. So it's not that I don't do those things sometimes, but my priority or primary platform and pathway is always auditory or visual, because that's the way that I show up best. And in that sense, I'm going to impact much stronger, right? And people will notice me even more in the marketplace because I'm in my zone of genius and doing the things that I really love. And that really shows in your content for sure. So when you think about platforms, my suggestion is to think about 2 things. The first thing is what I'm calling the attraction platform. These are people that are new to you, that will find you in the interwebs, the online world, and it's a way for them to check you out, to kind of just go on like this inaugural scan of like, are you for me? And are you speaking about the philosophies and values that are important to me in the work that you do, right? Right away, we need to start like telling people what we do from the get-go in some free content so that people can start to check out what we do before they invest time with us, right? For me, it's my YouTube channel. This is one of my biggest ways of consistently every single month producing video, and that helps people get to know who I am and what I do, and then decide if they want to go a little bit more steady with me, right? By signing up for my newsletter or taking a training for me, right? Things like that. So your attraction platform shows you to a new audience, and it should be, again, something that you'll have to do repeatedly every single month. So it should be a style of a platform that is not going to be a huge amount of energy and effort for you to do, that you can just feel like yourself when you're doing it. Okay, for me, it's video. The second platform style is the nurture platform, where these people are warmer leads that have given you an email or a subscription sort of action, right? That tells you, yeah, I want to keep hearing from you. I like what you got to say and I want to hear more, right? So there's a consent-based, right? Hi, I would like more from you. And that for me is my email list. My email list is my gold mine for finding clients because they've gone through, right, the attraction platform, right, which is my YouTube channel. They've learned a lot about what I do, and now they're willing to commit to more information, right? And I commit to my newsletter where I release, things that I don't release on social media or my YouTube, right? Just for these warm leads that allows me to engage with them, nurture them. They can reply back to that email. I sometimes send them a Loom video that's personal. And again, it's video, right? Again, back to my own genius zone, and they feel really taken care of and seen in my community, right? And so I'm able to control that because it's my email list and I own that list. And I would highly recommend having an asset for marketing that you actually own, just in case any of these other platforms like social media platforms, YouTube, whatever else it might be, could go kerplunk one day. You still own your email list. So that would be a nurture platform that I would really suggest. But the bigger question here is, how do you want to show up to market? Because it's something that's non-negotiable for your business. So it should be something you enjoy, and just stay with that pathway. Me is video in all ways. I do discovery calls. I do teaching on video. Everything's video based for me, right? Do you want to do videos? Is this something you see yourself doing more often every single week? Or is it that you see yourself having a lot of fun creatively producing a podcast show where, again, you're finding guests, you're talking about your story, you're sharing auditorially, that's easy for you to do, right? Or maybe you're someone that's more of a teacher at heart. You want to be more of a guest speaker at a summit or a conference, or you want to be invited to train in other people's audience types, right? Or you want to be a guest on podcasts and just guesting. I do that too, where I jump on the audience of other shows, an audience that's already curated with the people I really want to be in front of, and do what I do best, which is share my knowledge and my wisdom by being a guest speaker, right? Or a guest on a podcast show. How do you want to teach what you know? Because that is a huge important part of marketing. You are teaching what you know. You're planting seeds for people to be more educated about your approach to work so that they would be motivated and inspired to find out more about how to work with you. Okay? Now, if you're thinking that social media is one of your platforms as an attraction platform, one of the advice I would give is to utilize that platform in a way that you want to do it. People are doing it in all sorts of ways. Some people are all about reels, all about live streaming. Sometimes they're carousels or image posts. Sometimes they're microblogs on a platform. There's so many ways to do social media. And I think it's so important to stick to a format that people can know you for. And it's your best way of articulating your point and articulating the value for your work. So if you are more of a storyteller, you want to sort of just be walking around your house or streets or the park or whatever while you film, there might be reels for you, right? Or you want to kind of schedule in time that you want to time block and film videos in batches and give tips of the day or 3 steps to do something, and that you're more instructional and more advice giving. You might want to do IG, right? Or IG videos or video-based content for your social platforms, and stick with that. You don't have to go with images. You don't have to write microblogs. Just talk it out. And so whatever platform you might choose for social media, it'll be less hectic and chaotic if you choose one format to start with and just populate that social media platform with one style of giving information, so it feels consistent and it feels, again, natural to your way of communication. Now, email marketing, I've already mentioned, right? Email marketing can be a beautiful way to continue to nurture leads and maintain customer relationships with a warm set of a community that you have already built. Now, I think that building a list to start in the beginning and growing that list is super important to really extend your reach and be able to intimately market to people who are really already putting up their hand to know more about your business, right? So I have a few videos that I filmed about how to grow your newsletter audience. I'll put that in the cards in the description of this video, so you can go through that training, go through some of those videos that I filmed previously to start building your list, building an aligned audience in your newsletter, and be able to utilize that community for updates on new things that you'll be doing, right, with them. And then lastly, the networking and partnerships piece. Actually, that's not the last thing I want to talk about. There is actually a tool I want to mention that will help you also to create that content. But networking and partnerships is an important part of knowing that you don't have to be alone in marketing your business. Is kind of a thing that most people don't think about because they think I can't go and get partners. I can't go and pitch myself to be, for people to help me share my business unless I'm a fully established business or I have someone that is worthy of that time, right? And I think actually knowing that you can build an ecosystem now of people that are your fans, like it could be friends, it could be students that have taken a course with you, it could be people that you have associations or you're part of an organization with, it could be just like the friends and family to start, right? To help you spread that work and amplify your marketing efforts and be able to share potentially their networks of people they might know who might need your services. And that means creating an email, right? To tell them what you're up to see if they know or they know anyone they can refer you to for a podcast guest spot that they've been on. I like to sometimes look at my colleagues of what shows they've been on, for example, and I'm like, oh, my business is not that far away from what they do. Maybe that show might want me too, right? So even just a shortcut of seeing where my colleagues are being featured on podcast shows allows me to have a short list of shows that I might want to pitch for and potentially ask my colleagues to introduce me to that podcast host, which has always done amazing results for me because that private referral or that personal referral is so much stronger than just, me as a stranger approaching that show, right? So lean on your relationships, think about the people that you can help, that can also help you, and have a short list of partners and networks that you can rely on to spread the word for you as you're marketing your business. Okay, now it's the final point I'm going to make about content production and having a system around it. I think as you're building content, whether it's your YouTube channel, social media, your newsletters, even content topics for what you want to talk about on a guest podcast show, you'll need a place to store this. And you need a place to be able to dip into so that you can always have ideas and content ready for you in order to start making content, right, in a consistent manner. But we want to first start with a marketing foundation routine. And I'm going to show you just a little bit about what, a tool that I use with my clients, right? There's more to this, but I want to show you a couple kind of screenshots of like what it looks like. So this is a marketing foundation routine. We start with this. We think about what are those monthly visibility tasks once we've identified which platforms and pathways I want to be on or they want to be on, and start to just make a little chart like this or a spreadsheet. I use Notion. I give these templates to my clients. And so from week 1 to 4, for example, right, I always start Monday off with planning a week. I don't do any content production around that time, just planning out what I want my content to look like. And then I have certain days, or my clients have certain days that they commit to a certain platform and are consistent about an email newsletter or any IG post, for example. If they're on there, that will be a specific theme, and they know that's the day it comes out, right? So just laying this lay of the land out of your marketing foundation routine is important to start so you know what you're actually committing to. Then that brings us to the second tool, right, which is my idea content bank. And I will give you also a free download link for a spreadsheet version of this on Excel that you can also start populating. It looks a little like this one, that's a Notion format. But having a content bank and being able to spend like once every quarter or even once a month, kind of just brainstorming a few content topics into your bank is going to save you tons of time and energy to think up about topics down the road. You even have content pillars you can choose from. I usually recommend 3 content pillars per business so that you know that this is the 3 things you want to get known for. And you can start to populate this and know that you can dip into your content bank when you're ready to produce content for your business. And then, of course, having a content schedule. I like to go by month. This is, again, a sort of Notion format, but you can do it for yourself. Take a screenshot of this. Every single month, I start with a focus. So if I want more discovery calls, for example, right? It tells me, I can fill out what's the theme and the content pillars in order to engage more discovery calls. What do I want to talk about? What am I offering this month? And what's the call to action? Well, discovery calls is what I've decided for this month, right? So then I think about what's that content. So it might be this piece that I want to outline, right? So there's a bit of an intro, an outline, a call to action. It might be an email, it might be a video, but you want to start brainstorming content that relates to your focus of what you want to happen this month. And then any other consistent things that you're doing, like for me is a newsletter, you can see that there. And that will again have a theme of making sure people are committed to that call to action of discovery calls. So every email, every content I put out that month is related to encouraging the right people to book a call with me. So that's my focus. Then all my content leads to that goal, right? So having a monthly goal of what you want to happen, you want more clients for this course, or you want people to sign up for subscribe to your new podcast, or it's that you want to give people a strategy call as a way of converting leads to clients. Whatever is your strategy, each of your content pieces that you're making for your marketing should all relate to that. And having a bit of a system like this will be really, really important for just making sure that your strategy is aligned with the goals that you want, and you're not just kind of a mishmash, hodgepodge attempt in marketing, just anything and everything. Okay, that's going to allow you to have a more minimalistic approach to simplification and honing in and zoning into what really matters for your goals every single month. Okay. All right, so I talked about a lot today around minimalist marketing approach and sort of simplifying the way we market, making marketing more aligned with you and more of who you are. So I'll love to get your thoughts on your biggest takeaway from this video, what you would love to do more of to integrate into a more minimalist marketing method approach. Tell me in the comments, what was the biggest value of what you got today from this content video? Thank you so much for joining me. I hope to see you in the next video. And of course, if this video was helpful to you, please share it with someone that you know will benefit too. I'll see you in the next one.